Democrat busted in famous heist. The infamous story of the Awan brothers is without a doubt one of the most jaw-dropping scandals in American politics this year. However, since this happened to take place in the Democrat camp, the mainstream media is largely ignoring this story in favor of whatever current news piece that can be twisted to suit their anti-Trump bias. More updates are coming in regarding the Democrats' involvement with the Awan's fraudulent schemes who pilfered millions. According to the Daily Caller, it turns out that House Democrats' office approved a $120,000 write-off of lost electronics at the behest of the Awans, who were IT staffers to the Democrat Party at the time. In a shocking display of willful negligence, the Chief of Staff for Representative Yvette Clarke quietly consented to sign away a $120,000 write-off on missing electronics. At the time, the Chief of Staff dismissed the loss and prevented it from coming up in future audits by signing a form that removed the missing equipment entirely from a house-wide tracking system. This seems to be one of the many fraudulent schemes these brothers pulled off, totaling a sum close to $4 million that they stole throughout their tenure as IT staffers, most of which was funneled across the sea to Pakistan. The brothers allegedly purchased equipment in a way that avoided tracking by Central House-wide administrators and altered invoices in order to avoid being tracked. The result meant that it was difficult for anyone outside the office to notice if the equipment disappeared. $120,000 amounts to 1/10 of the annual office budget, enough to hire 4 legislative assistants. It is unclear how Democrat staff members felt it was appropriate to write off such a large sum of missing equipment without pressing for any further details or investigation. Such a mistake would normally cost someone their jobs. Yet, the brothers remained employed for many months after that, until it was evidently clear they were engaged in criminal activity. Despite earning $160,000 a year in their positions, the Awans were engaged in multiple schemes to rack up cash. They ran a car dealership in Virginia, which they filed for bankruptcy, discharging hundreds of thousands in debts. They also took a $100,000 loan from an Iranian diplomat who happens to be wanted by the Department of Justice. Upon further investigation, the Democrat Party couldn't be more tied into this scandal if they wanted to. Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who employed the brothers, would go so far as to threaten a police chief to hand over evidence in order to protect the Awans. Mark Stein, the prominent conservative author, described the entire affair as the penultimate collusion scandal, that the media has been looking for, except for one little problem. It has nothing at all to do with Trump nor the Republicans. It's everything that the Democrats and the media spent months trying to prove with the Russian investigation. We have actual criminal elements. We have computer interference, a powerful political figure attempting to interfere with a federal election. In other words, everything that they have been looking for in the Russian investigation and failed to find is actually staring them in the face, said Stein, according to Fox News. That's exactly why the media won't cover this massive scandal. It doesn't fit the narrative they've been peddling to their audiences. Trump isn't the one who is in collusion. Those looking for evidence of collusion should look no further than this story. Absolutely, totally correct. I mean, it is scandalous to say the least, And they're looking at Trump. The whole story, this is staring them right in their face, and they're ignoring it because it doesn't fit their narrative. It's disgusting, let me tell you. Let me know what